Good morning everyone and welcome to Let's Shop Cake Live. My name's Tracey Mann from Tracey Mann Cakes and I will be here for the next couple of hours showing you lots of cake decorating ideas and all the equipment that we have that you'll be able to buy from our shop, of which the address is listed below, letsshopcakelive.co.uk. So we try to be live every Saturday morning, although it's about to go a little bit pear-shaped with all the things that are coming up, including Jubilee, which I've been obsessed with the last few weeks. So we are going to be changing our dates shortly, but we will put them all up on the website for you. I'm just moving my screen down so I can see what's going on. I am here on my own today, so Kelly is not with me. She is currently at her other job. So it's just me today, and we're going to just talk through some of the bits and pieces that we've done. I'm also going to show you some other bits and pieces to do with Jubilee and moving on as well into summer. So we're now moving on towards Father's Day and also some weddings and other bits and pieces as well. So we're going to be heading in other directions. All we can think about at the moment is Jubilee. Well, I can anyway, but we do know now that we are moving on towards other things. So we're going to start looking towards that as well. So we're going to have a look at some of the class stuff as well. I'm also going to show you some of the stuff that my students have been doing. So if you are one of my students, potentially you're going to have your minute of fame in a second when I put your pictures up. So I have got 4 students' work to show you, which will be coming up shortly. So I'm going to show you what they've been up to as well, because I'm very proud of my students. They are excellent. They've done extremely well. They've been set some mega challenges recently. Lots of them have been doing Jubilee stuff, and that's what I'm going to be showing you shortly. So I want to show you that even if you are a beginner, that there is lots and lots of possibility for you to be able to learn with me and also do things that you never ever thought in a million years you'd ever be able to do in cake. And that's what the aim of my cake school is. So if you're watching on Facebook, we're also live on YouTube. So we're now streaming on YouTube on a Saturday morning. So if you want to look at my YouTube channel, there it is. It's just coming up there now. So if you're struggling with your signal with Facebook, sometimes it can be a little bit up and down. You can go across and watch on YouTube as well. Just bear in mind with YouTube, the commenting we can't see, whereas we can see the comments on here from Facebook. If you do want to get in contact with us after the shopping channel has finished, then you are more than welcome to going through Let's Shop Cake Live or sending me a direct message. That's fine. Either or is fine if I'm around. It's all fine. So we've had a really busy week this week. We've done 2 mega Jubilee cakes, which I'm going to show you shortly. I am, because I'm very proud of myself this week, going to show you a clip from the BBC as I got my cake on the television this week. So I'm going to show you that clip shortly. It's only 30 seconds. Don't worry, you won't be there for 3 hours. I am going to show you that clip as well. And I'm also going to show you, as I say, some of the students' work that they've been working towards. We're also going to talk about some of the other classes that are coming, and we're going to look at, she says, looking down to remind herself what she's doing with my trusty notepad, which is here next to me. We're also going to be looking at some things for ideas for summer decorations, because obviously summer is now coming. It's considerably warmer, as we can see, and we are going to be looking at some of those as well. Should we start with the BBC? Okay, so on Wednesday morning, my cake appeared on the telly. So I'm going to play that clip now. I have no idea how loud the volume is going to be, so it just on standby in case it comes out really loud. But I'm going to play that clip now.
Now there's just over a week to go until the big Jubilee weekend. How will you be celebrating?
Street party, special pudding. Putting a woolly topper on top of your postbox. You're doing it all already. You've been sending us your Platinum Jubilee preparation pics. This morning we asked for them. You have not disappointed.
Let's have a look at this impressive Jubilee cake that's been made by Tracey. Now the crown is completely edible. All of the jewels have been hand painted. That's too good to eat.
It's not going to last a week, is it? That Paul said.
There you go. It's not that long. I'm very pleased with myself though, so I did want to play you that little clip in case anybody's missed it, although if you do follow me on social media, it's been on everything. I've literally put it everywhere, but I am very pleased with myself with that. So yes, a little moment this week of a cake appearing on BBC Breakfast. So that cake is, or certainly is, a tutorial. As some of my students do know, I'm going to show you my famous picture that I put up nearly every week because I love it. That is the Jubilee crown in process, and that is a clip taken from the class itself. So can they do it? This has been the big thing this week. Well, I'm going to show you the ones that have. So we've already got some students that have already completed the crown. So here we go. Now I've just got to hope I get these round the right way. So if I get anybody wrong, just correct me. I'm sure I'm going to be fine. So that's Vicky's. She was the first one to finish. So this is Vicky's version of the crown. So she's been following my tutorial. So all of these people you can see coming up here now are students who followed the tutorial. So I'm going to just take that down so we can see everything in its glory. So that's Vicky's cake. So there you go. She's finished that. So I tell you what, even though I'm really, really proud of that cake being on the television, I'm not kidding. I'm super, super proud of my students who have managed to do it as well. And I just love the fact that people have embraced this class and they're having a go at it. So that's Vicky's. Let's move on to this one. This is Teresa's. So I took a screenshot of this one. She sent me a video. So that's hers in progress. So that's Teresa's crown. So you can see they're all coming along brilliantly. And I'll tell you what as well, the other thing it does for me is when you're teaching somebody and you know it's a hard project and you think, gosh, I hope they're going to be able to do it, it's going to be okay. When I see the pictures coming in and I can see that they're doing this, I am so, so pleased. So every time I receive one of these pictures, I'm just thrilled that you've been able to achieve this. So that's Teresa's. Let's move on to Hayley's. So this is Hayley's version of the crown. So she has finished as well. So I've got a little 3 shots there of that. So it's possible. It's completely possible to do this. It is a really big project to do, but you can do any aspect of it. You don't just have to do the crown. You can do the ruffles, you can do a silver cake, you can do 1 tier, 2 tier, 3 tiers, but the project is available on my cake school. And as I say, I'm just so pleased to be able to receive pictures to show me that they've actually done it, because it is scary, to be honest, sometimes when you put out pictures or certainly classes and you think, gosh, I hope they're going to be able to do this, because when I'm filming, you're so in the zone doing it, you think, gosh, I hope they're going to be able to do it. But they are all amazing. And if any of 3, there's another one to show you shortly as well. If any of you are watching, Hayley, Vicky or Teresa, I'm so proud of you. I really am pleased with everything that you've done. So I'm proud of me and I'm proud of you. So well done, everybody who's been doing it. They are amazing. And I'm just super chuffed that you've actually had a go at it and really enjoyed it. So if you do know any of those ladies, they're not watching, do please let them know that I have featured their cakes this morning. I'm going to feature someone else's biscuits shortly, but we haven't got to those yet. We'll come back to those later on, but somebody else will be appearing as well shortly. So yes, the cake school address is up there now. Even if, I say, you don't fancy having a go at the Jubilee cake, there are many, many other classes that are on there that people can do. And as I say, we have a new class coming out next week. I know how time flies. So we have Royal Ice Cookies, Floral Beginners Royal Ice Cookies coming out on the 1st. So what is that? That must be Wednesday. So on Wednesday morning, we have a new class coming out. For the gold members, that will be Tuesday morning. They always get their class 24 hours before everybody else. See, there's lots of benefits to being a gold member. You will be able to get your class a little bit earlier. So let's have a little look at all the cookies that we have got on this particular class. Let me take that down so you can see it properly. Let's move that out of the way. So these are all the royal iced cookies for beginners that are on the new course, which comes out on, what day is the 2nd? I'm working backwards. It must be Wednesday, yeah, the 1st of June, whenever that is. So there you go. That is what is going to be coming out on that day. So the gold members and the Sugarcraft members will automatically get this class appear in their membership area. And for everybody else, you can just go and purchase the class. It's not an overly expensive class. So if you just want to buy the class and have a go, you can do that. The lovely Nikki, I'm pretty certain it's Nikki, is putting links up for you. So if you do want to go and have a look at it, then obviously please pop over there and have a look. And we have got all the lovely cookie cutters that go with the course as well. So there's lots of cookie cutters that go with it. This is one of my favourites, this one, and this is featured actually in royal icing as well. So if you fancy doing a big royal icing class, then there is a huge course on there as well. It's just a lovely, lovely course to do. And we've done the lilies in a lovely sort of pinky colour. We had a little lily cookie kit, which I've put back on Let's Shop this morning, so people can see what that is. And also we did an orange one as well, from what I remember. The plaques are new. The plaques are ideal for things like if you're going to, say, a wedding and you want to write somebody's name in the middle, something along those lines. I've done some very simple flowers. I've incorporated some of our sprinkles. I have done lots of different colours and outlining. So I have given you a complete sort of look across the whole thing about what it is that you can do with cookies. So this one, as I say, is coming out on Wednesday. So there is a brand new course coming. They're coming out quite about every... Gosh, I think we're coming out about every 10 days at the moment. So there is a lot of course material coming out at the moment. And for the cake painters that have been waiting, we know the tiger is now in view. And I'm expecting Tracey to do this one because she did say to me that this is the one she wanted. So no pressure. But this one will be coming out on the 11th of June. So this one is also going to be coming out shortly. I'm going to mention it briefly because I'm not 100% sure whether we're going to be going live on the 11th of June at the moment, because I've got a wedding to do. So we're going to have to relook at our schedule slightly to see, but this one is coming out on the 11th of June. So there are 2 new courses coming that are in sight already. I say Royal Ice Cookies. So that one is on Wednesday, and this one is on the 11th of June, which is a Saturday. So it's a nice cake painting one. We're going to do some more cake painting ones shortly. I'm at the moment up to about September in terms of classes being booked in. So I will be looking at in the middle of the summer, Christmas, honestly. So I will be occupied with that, but that's what's coming out on the Cake School. So although we're on Let's Shop Cake Live at the moment, if you do want to look at classes, you do have to go to a different website. You need to go to tracymanncakeschool.co.uk. We do have the largest selection of cake painting classes online. So we do have more than anybody else. Everything from beginners up to, say, the tiger here. Although the tiger's not as complicated as it looks, but when we get nearer the time with the tigers, I'm going to show you some pictures of what it looked like at the start, because I kept taking photos of it and sending them to Kelly because she was laughing because it was just scary. She was like, what is happening with that tiger? I said, I know, it just looked awful to start with, but there you go. At the end, didn't that look good? So you have to persist with these things. It's just one of these things that you kind of had to hold on to. And then Maisie has just come out as well. Maisie the dogs, that's just appeared. So all the students have already received this one. So that new class is now available as well. So any of these classes can be bought as a separate item. You do not have to sign up as a member. Having said that, membership is excellent value. And at the moment, value for money is everything. And Sugarcraft classes are $6.95 a month, and the gold membership, which is the most popular membership, is $12.50 a month, and you have access to all these classes that are hundreds of pounds, and you can very steadily work your way through. By the time you've paid an entire year on gold membership, that would just about cover one of the courses like wildlife. So it's an amazing value for money that we've got going for you at the moment on the membership. So if you're feeling like, you know, you would like to get involved in a craft or something, but you don't want to pay loads and loads for it, membership honestly is the answer for you. It is the best way forward at the moment. We've also got a beginners level membership, which is bronze, and that's $6.75 a month. It just gives you access to the beginners stuff, so dip your toe in the water and see how you feel about the beginners painting. And then obviously if you love it, then there's silver membership, and that gets you into everything connected with cake painting. So there is a lot to do there. But I love lots of things connected with Sugarcraft, as everybody knows. I have my whole training, or not training, but my whole business is cake. So I do literally everything, from airbrushing to painting to modelling, everything. So that's what I've been adding very quickly to the Sugarcraft section of the website. So those of you that are on the Sugarcraft membership will have seen classes coming in quite frequently. We're going to go back to doing a bit more cake painting shortly, but you can see some of the things that are coming in. We've got wedding cakes coming in, we've got naked wedding cakes coming in, we've got log wedding cakes coming in. So anybody who enjoys wedding cakes as well, we've just got the ultimate courses for you to get you settled and learning into doing cake decorating. The log, it has been, or is certainly coming at the end of June. I know there's been loads of requests for this one, and I have done this class many times. I have done it as a wedding many times. It's extremely popular and it's very straightforward to do, so I'm really looking forward to you receiving that one, because I think lots of you will go on there and go, wow, is that it? Is that what I was worried about? It's very straightforward. And that's what I love about my cake decorating, or the way I teach, is I keep everything as clear, sort of as straightforward as possible. So we don't do complicated things, we do effective things. So we literally just do very nice straightforward bit of cake decorating with a bit of bling on it, and there we go, job done. So we like to keep everything very straightforward. So if you're thinking, gosh, that looks complicated and it's going to take me hours on end, I promise you it won't. I'm not promising you with the crown that it won't, because the crown is complicated, but certainly the log cake is a nice effective way of doing a cake. And I know that the ones certainly that have done the crown, if they can do that, they'll be able to do anything I throw at them after that. So they will always be jumping in there going, yeah, I've done the crown, I can do that, I've done the crown, I can do that. So all the ones that have done that, you are going to find it going forward, it's going to be a lot easier, I'm sure of that. Although knowing I say all this and then you know what's going to happen there. I'm not doing that yet. I know people keep looking at my castle. My castle sits there. It's been there forever, actually, my castle. In fact, if I turn it around a little bit, you can see it there. It is actually quite big. Let's turn it back that way a little bit. There you go. It's quite a big castle, this one. And I did it to look like a bit like a Disney castle, but not a Disney castle, because we can't do that for copyright purposes. But it is got all those sort of lovely colours that go with it. Do you know, it's slightly Bridgerton colours as well, isn't it? Sort of that powdery blue type colour. So yeah, I've had a request for castles. The gold members, who have their own Facebook group, are always busy telling me all the classes they would like to do next. So I do listen and I do take note of what they've asked me. So I am looking at some of the things that they've asked me already, but we have got Swiss Meringue Buttercream coming out as a cake class. We have got oh gosh, there's so many coming out, even I'm losing track of them all, but I'm sure that all of you will be able to adapt them according to what you want to do. So you'll find, for example, someone's just mentioned the ruffles there. The ruffles that are on the crown can easily be done on a wedding, and in fact we have got them coming up again in the summer on a wedding cake. So I'm filming what I'm making as well as I'm going along. So what I'm ending up doing is making all these cakes which are being sold. So they are cakes that people are wanting to buy, and then they are being recorded for classes, so they're very relevant. I'm not just going, oh yeah, let's just do that and throw this at it. What I want on this cake school is very relevant classes, so you look at it and go, I've been asked to do that, I don't know how to do that, and it all comes together as a big picture. So if you do like to join the cake school, that's the address coming up on the website at the moment, traceymanncakeschool.co.uk. So do go and have a look at it. Membership is excellent value. It's really good value. If you buy a class for £20, you could have had 3 months worth of membership on Sugarcraft for that. So if it's £6.95 a month times 3 is just over £20, you could have had 3 months worth of membership for that. So just bear that in mind when you're thinking about whether or not you want to join as a member, or whether you want to buy a class outright. And I'm going to park that there and leave it with you to think about it. The other class that I've been talking about this week as well, and I know I keep going on about this and it has reappeared again, is how to price your cakes. So I did bring this up online this week, and already we've had a few people jump onto it. This is not part of membership. So we have a section on our website called Facebook Live Classes. Now that is not part of the membership, because it's very complicated for me to have members that are also members of all these Facebook groups, because if then they stop paying their membership, I have to go back through all these Facebook groups and remove them. It's too much, it's too difficult. So what I've done is the Facebook Live classes are separate, so they're not included in any memberships anywhere. So how to price your cakes. I looked around the internet and I thought, do you know what, not a lot's discounted discounted at the moment, so I'm going to give you a discount for How to Price Your Cakes. So How to Price Your Cakes has currently got £5 off, so instead of it being £15, it's now 10, and I'm going to leave it like that for a little while, because I think that it is quite difficult to get a bargain of some description at the moment, but also I really want to help you price those cakes, because it makes me cringe when I see what people are charging for cakes, and I think you have not looked at your prices. Now, I've got one student I've spotted this week who I'm going to have a word with, because she's not charging enough, and I'm thinking, gosh, I need to remind you how much you're paying for your ingredients. We need to look at this together and go, look what you're doing, because it doesn't matter what your competition is doing. They are going to go out of business if they carry on charging the rates that they are charging. It's important that you know what you're charging. And I know we've said this before in the past, you do not have to be a business, okay? It's really important. You don't have to be a business. You just have to know what you're paying for your ingredients. I'll give you a really good example. So somebody says to you, would you like to come to the christening? And you go, oh, that'd be lovely. And they go, would you mind making a cake? And you go, yeah, that's fine, I'll do it as a present. And they go, lovely, that's great. Now take a step back for a moment and just have a think. How much would you have spent on that present instead of making the cake? So, okay, let's say it's a friend. So it's a friend. Maybe it's not more of an acquaintance than a friend, but you're going to the christening anyway. How much would you spend on a present? I don't know, 20 quid maybe, something like that. How much is that cake going to cost you? And if you take a step back and have a look, you're going to realise that you're not going to get away with anything less than probably about £30 to £35. And suddenly your spend is now a lot higher than what you would have originally spent as doing it as here is a gift of £20. Now, there's always the side that, oh, but I really wanted to do it. And if you really want to do it, that's up to you. It really is. If you've made the decision that you want to do that cake for somebody, fair enough, no problem, absolutely fine. And you're not charging them, because obviously you're going to just go, it's a present, here we go, lovely cake. That's up to you. And of course, then you are able to take that cost, and you really don't mind. And there's always that aspect of cake decorating. Sometimes I get cakes come in and I go, gosh, I really want to do that cake no matter what, and I will kind of hope and always price it fairly, but hopefully get it, because I really want to do it. So there are always that side of it as well. For me, family is family, and I don't charge for them. They are who they are, and I just accept it. And actually sometimes they get tutorials. They don't know that, but they do. So yeah, sometimes I'll record it. So I'll think, oh, okay, it's so-and-so's birthday. Right, what can we do we can record, and I get double value out of it from that way. So you get to learn, and I get to make them a cake as well. But it's so important that you look at everything and you make sure that you know what you're doing, because money is slipping away everywhere, all over the place, and little bits and pieces here, there and everywhere. And we did say, for the people that were on the original pricing course, which is the one I did back in June 2021, that then what happened is that we did it again in April 2022, and we saw the increases from there to there were substantial. Now, the people that are on the group at the moment, I prompt them every so often. I prod them with a stick and go, have you checked your prices recently? And I suddenly get these very good people that say, yes, I've been doing it. I'm wonderful. And I think they get a little clap. But it goes quite quiet as well. And I think, I wonder if they have, or maybe my comment has made them go, oh, she's right, I forgot to check. And it is really important at the moment. Things like butter is going up continuously, eggs and all that. But also within this course, I have covered, I can only describe it as embarrassment and telling people how much your cakes are. It can be quite soul destroying when you say to someone, oh, your cake's going to be £95, and they go, oh, and you think, oh God, no, I just want the ground to swallow me up. I'm also going to teach you how to deal with that as well. And it is something that you need to be quite a strong person about. You need to be very clear about, but also there are means and ways of being able to do it without feeling like you want to just crawl under the nearest rock and not speak to anyone. And that is also covered in the course as well. So being able to speak to people. And the other thing which I am going to have to cover in that course soon is going to be how to deal with quotes for wedding cakes for 2023. Now I've already got the problem. So I've already got brides coming in now for 2023. I'm already cringing at the ones at the end of 2022, but the ones for next year are all being told you are going to have to allow a further 10 to 20% increase on the price I give you today because I can't afford it. That's it. It's as simple as that. So here's your price today, 350 quid. By the way, it might be a further 70 when you get your cake a year later. That's it. I think it has to be done. I don't think, and actually, to be honest, every bride I've spoken to far has gone, fair enough, that's what needs to be done. I can't promise to deliver your wedding cake for £25 when it's going to cost me 35 to get there. I can't do that. So I've got to be factoring all this stuff in. And you know, there are options as well. I'm sorry, your delivery, which was 25, is now 35. They might go, I'll tell you what, we'll save the whole lot and we'll come and get the cake. And you go, yeah, brilliant, love it. Whoop, off you go out the door. That's your responsibility from the minute you leave my premises. So I'm happy with that. So yeah, that's the sort of things you need to look at. People will cut corners all over the place, and it's about helping you to make sure that you are cutting the right corners but still getting the right effect. So it's being strong with people, making sure you've got your pricing under control, and just having confidence with what you're doing, and understanding that actually it doesn't matter if you don't get that cake. The most important thing is you get the right cakes, and again, this is what this course is all about. So do please join me. It is really important class. Once you've signed up, that's it. Every time I do a live, you can come and join it. So it's not like I'm asking you to pay and pay and pay and pay. It's £10. You're in the group. There's loads of sheets for you to print off that you can use. So there's loads of worksheets, there's price sheets, there's all sorts of things in there. Print them off and then you've got them. I've done it for you. I've done all the work for you, and all then you need to do is do the physical work of checking your prices on the supermarket websites. How long does that take? Not that long. It doesn't. It just means you've got to do it. And it's that bit there. It means I've got to do it. Sit with a calculator, 20 minutes, this is my new price. And then you know exactly what you're doing. And you might go, well, it's only gone up a penny, or it's only gone up 4p. I tell you what, when we added it up across the board, the whole cake had gone up by like £1.50, £2. That is suddenly eating into everything. You've then got your boxes and your boards and all these other things as well. So do please look at it. Take this course seriously. That's what I'm trying to say. It is very important that you look at everything to do with this. And I've also talked about ways that you can get your customers to pay, ways you make sure they pay, because you don't want obviously to find in a situation where they've ordered a cake and paid no deposit. There is no excuse for that. So you have to make sure that you tell them that there is no way out with this. If you want to book it, you need to pay for it, and you need to pay for it now. Even if you want to take the whole lot or a deposit, that's up to you. I normally take the whole lot unless it's a wedding. In that case, then I literally just take a deposit. But just bear that in mind. Just keep that in your mind, that that is what you need to do, because say it is very important from that perspective. So I know I keep going on about this how to price your cakes class, but I have put it on offer for you. So I've made it nice and easy for people to join. Once you've joined and signed up, you will get a link. I will send you a link that will come in from Facebook. It just says, I've invited you to join this group. You press the link, comes to me, and then once I've seen it, I will accept you into the group. So I will then be able to let you into the group, and you can just literally print your sheets off, sit and watch the website, and you'll enjoy it. So there we go from that point. Okay, right, let's move on. We're going to go back to Jubilee again because we can, and I'm allowed to, because this is my channel and I like to talk about it. So it's such a big thing in the UK at the moment. Huge celebrations next week. It is literally everywhere. I did do a demo on Tuesday night, so we're going to just have a quick look at that because I'm so happy with it. I even kept it because I just love it. It's very unusual for me. Normally I give everything away, but I just couldn't part with this. It's just too good. I loved it. Oh dear. Sometimes when I do lives, I get to the end of them and I go, yeah, it's okay. But this one, I love it. So there we go. Let's have a look at the Queen. There you are. Right, so this was done on, when did we do this? On Tuesday evening this week. So this is a Jubilee Platter. So it's all lovely having cakes in boxes and all this bits and pieces, but if you're going to deliver a cake somewhere and you fancy just doing cupcakes rather than the big cake, I created this. Now, there are a few things to say about this. Is number one, unfortunately, we've now sold out of the crown and flag moulds. We do not have any more in stock, and I won't be getting any more in because, and we have to think about this, Jubilee starts on Thursday. So if anybody wants to order anything connected with Jubilee by Monday, so Monday morning when we start sending our post out, by Tuesday you will have had it. There will not be any more stuff going out because the postal system is going to stop. So you must make sure that if you want to order anything connected with Jubilee, it's got to be in by 10 o'clock on Monday, because we will stop the orders going out. We were going to take them off the website, so they will see them disappear, and that will be it. So just letting you know that if you are thinking of anything connected with Jubilee, you must take action before 10 o'clock on Monday, because then we're going to remove it all from the website. So what we're going to be having on our website then will be stuff that we will then literally just sell locally. So we will be selling our own cupcakes. So I will be doing the same as you. So if you think that I show you all this stuff and then don't follow it through myself, that's not the case at all. I will be making these cupcakes, and we're going to just remind you in a minute on how to do some of the cupcakes. Down the bottom here you can see the cup of tea. So we have got the teapot and cup, and then also on this side is the flag that belongs to the crown. So that's not available anymore, but the cupcake is on its own little mould, which I have got actually. I forgot about that. Hold on. Gosh, I couldn't have been more organised if I tried, could I? So that's the tea and biscuit mould, and that's the cupcake mould, and they go together as a set. So when you go online, you'll find them together as a set. So that is that one. There's 4 different cupcakes on there, and I've just picked that one. And then this one here has the most cutest little jammy dodger biscuits ever. They are so nice. And also teapot and cup there as well. So both of those on there. We're going to just talk through the discs because I want a reference point. So if anybody starts having problems next week, they know exactly what to do. So I've just seen somebody's comment about a dehydrator, and I will talk about that shortly. Okay, so let's come back on here. Let's just run through the cupcake toppers. So cupcake toppers at this time of year, they can become difficult to remove from the backing sheets. So these are the backing sheets. So this is what you will get. This is what it looks like. Now, they normally, most of them will peel away with no problem at all. Can you see that? If I just, actually I'll show you under this camera, what am I doing? Right, so if I show you this under here, they just peel away like that. Fairly straightforward, not too much of a problem. However, what I have done is I have put a sheet that goes inside, I think I've got one around me, a sheet that goes in with these to explain what to do if you can't get them off the backing sheet, okay? Because I'm not going to be available Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So once you start your Jubilee discs, that's it. So you will be on your own. So if you want to get them done and you need some assistance, then please do them by Wednesday, because by Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I will not be getting involved in solving these problems. There are no issues, but there are ways of getting them off. What's happened is that the humidity, I've had a huge conversation with the manufacturer of this. There is a humidity as it gets hotter. Let me get my teeth in, get my brain in order here. When it gets hotter, these start to get more difficult to get off their sheets. So there's 2 ways you can get them off. So number 1, this is the way I use, and this is the way that I've written the sheet, because that's how I always do it. There are 2 ways. If you have a freezer, so if you've got a sheet like this, if you just cut a block of 6 maybe, pop them in the freezer for about 30 seconds to a minute. Now, I say 30 seconds to a minute because everybody's freezer is different, okay? It's like an oven. You know, like when I say, you know, someone will say, well, I do my sponge cakes for 20 minutes at 140. And someone else come along and say, well, I do mine at 30 minutes, 140. And you go, well, you've got a fan oven, you've got an electric oven, or a gas oven. They're different. And for everybody else's freezers are different. So you are going to have to apply some judgment here. You're going to have to look at these sheets and go, oh yeah, mine's ready. That's it. I can get them off. And you're going to know, because you're going to be able to just pull them off like so. So when you put them into the freezer, if they're not coming off, first and foremost, you try. You go, oh, they're coming off, brilliant. Now, if you're really tugging at them and they're tearing, stop. Just stop, because it's not going to help you. It's just they're just not going to come off. You need to then apply these 2 methods. So into the freezer, 30 seconds to a minute, pull them back out. Ping, 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 they'll all come off really quickly. Now, if they don't, so let's say you do 1, 2, 3, 4, and you get to the 5th one and it's not coming off, you're going to put it back in the freezer again. You're going to do it again. Wait another 30 seconds to a minute, and there you are. That's it. Job done. Bring them back out again. ping ping, they'll be off. You need to have your discs ready because you're going to have to put them straight onto your discs. Do not stack them in a pile in your hand, because the minute you try then to separate them, they're going to be an absolute pain. So don't peel them all off and then have them all in your hand. Have either a little bit of icing sugar on a board if you haven't got your discs ready, but have them ready so you can take them all off and put them on a tray ready to go. Now if that doesn't work, you've got another option which somebody's already bought up. You can either use a dehydrator. So if you're lucky enough to have a dehydrator, they work brilliantly in that. Stick it in and then again it will dry out and then you'll be able to peel them off. Or I've put an oven which is a very low level dehydrator. So in other words, you put your oven on it at the lowest setting you can get, somewhere between 10 and 20 minutes. Again, depends on your oven. Don't leave them in there all day because they will burn and cook and do all sorts of things. You need to check them. And all you do is literally just go and have a little peel of one of the corners and go, oh yeah, look, that's coming off now. That's it. Bring them out, get them off the sheets, job done. So it's either or. Now I always do freezer, but I was told by the people at the manufacturers the oven's better. I know why I probably don't do the oven, because it takes 10 to 20 minutes, you see, and I like these done in 30 seconds. So that's me. That's just the way I am. I just like everything done like that. So it's freezer for me. For everybody else, it's entirely up to you what you want to do. But there is a sheet that is on this page. There is a sheet on all of my social media about how to do it if you haven't had one. I have emailed you all, so anyone who has bought them will have received an email from me to tell you how to deal with them and to get on with it. So please don't leave them till the last minute, because we can't help you send you any more discs after Monday. You've had it. Yes, it does apply to the ice cream van sticker. Yes, it applies to any of these discs or any edible sheets at this time. It's because it's warmer. It's as simple as that. I can't explain it to you any other way other than the fact that that is what is happening. It is more humid. But this one actually is working really, really well. It's coming off no problem at all, so you should be fine with that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a couple of cupcakes. Now we've been doing a very red, white and blue theme, so we're now going to switch over to the more purpley Jubilee type theme, because we've obviously because someone said the other day it's quite hard actually, because the platinum Jubilee stuff that's around, a lot of it is purple, and you start thinking, oh, do I go red, white and blue or do I go purple? Well, I have gone pretty much red, white and blue, most of it, as you can see on there, but what I am going to do is just do a couple of sort of violety colour cupcakes, so just so you can see an alternative for that. And somebody who I think is probably watching at the moment did some extremely good ideas with the cookie cutter this week, so I'm going to pop this up now. She'll probably jump for joy. So this is Pixie's work. So this is her using our Imperial Crown cookie cutter and our Prosecco glass. Now we have got 8 of these left, so we are running out of these now rapidly, and she has turned the crown into Union Jacks, and I thought that was very clever, and I thought it was very inventive, as well as doing the Imperial Crown itself. And I'm going to show you, I have actually got an Imperial Crown here, how to apply that fine silver using cocoa butter, because it is actually quite tricky, and I want to make sure you understand what it's doing and the reasons why it's doing it as well. So we're going to run through that in a second. So we're going to do a little tiny bit more Jubilee, and then we are going to move on to looking at some ideas for summer and also Father's Day as well. So let's just bring these bits and pieces in here. So I'm just doing a little swap round while you're having a look at those lovely cookie cutters. Aren't they amazing? She's done really well there. So there's the Imperial Crown, and obviously we've had the wine bottle and the Prosecco glass. So these have all been going around the last few weeks. Not just Jubilee as well for this one anyway, for these two, but certainly for Jubilee, this is what we've been using. And I'm just going to show you how to apply the silver, because it is quite important you know what you're doing. I have got here my chrome food warmer. You can see it just appearing at the bottom there. And I'm going to just take hold of I just light the tea light at the bottom. The easiest way to apply this fine silver is cocoa butter, because what happens is the cocoa butter goes on wet and then it dries, and then when it dries it holds the silver in place, and it certainly is working better than any other method that I have found with this stuff. So it's definitely what you need to do. Now we've got loads of fine silver in stock. It is a Wonder Dust. I'll show you what it looks like in a second. There's the cocoa butter going in there now. So that's going to sit in there, and the heat of that candle will go up, make this warm and melt that. So that's what's happening there. So this is the Wonder Dust. that we're going to use, this one is called Fine. That's the one we're going to be using for the crown. So I'm just going to pop some of that in there. And I just want to show you how to apply it. So I've already piped all of these. Now this cookie cutter, if you want to see how it's made completely, you're going to need to go to the YouTube channel. So if you go to the YouTube channel, you can watch the whole thing being made and how to do it. So if you've already bought one of these cutters and you want to have a go at doing the imperial crown, do go over and have a look at it, because there is a full video on there showing you how to do it. We have got some left. I think we've only got about 8 left. So again, it's the same as I've said before. All orders in before 10 o'clock on Monday. We're going to try and get them to you on Wednesday, but you have to remember that there is a very short period of time now between now and Jubilee. So the chances are of it being delayed in the post, well, I hope it's not too much, but we're going to send everything first class. So I'm hoping we will get everything out to you, but this is why we're not doing huge amounts on Jubilee today, because we want to move on and have a look at the other bits and pieces that we've got lined up for you. So we'll just have a look at painting this silver. So you can see the cocoa butter is starting to melt. The fine silver, now I've actually bought loads of this because I strongly believe at Christmas that we will be using this in its droves, and actually it's a beautiful colour. Lots of things you can do with that, lots of mermaids and bits and pieces for the summer. So this is one of the crowns that I've done. This one's been pre-painted. Let's move that one out of the way. This one has been piped, so you can see it's all ready to go. That's the point you need to get to with it, and then we're going to start painting it. So what we need to do is we need to use one of my paintbrushes. In this case I'm using paintbrush number 3, and we're going to sort of kind of get into a situation where we're going to scoop it onto the cookie cutter. Now someone said to me the other day, oh, how much stuff are you going to go through, because it looks like you go through loads, but I found those pots to last a long time. The crown itself took nearly all of a pot, but not completely. I still had some left at the end to do lots of bits and pieces with. So you will find that there's loads that you can do. So don't think that one pot's not going to last very long, because actually it did. It lasted ages. And I am very, very pleased with these colours. The other one that I love is this one, Bright Gold. I'm going to show you what that does in a minute. We'll do a little gem on that one. So what I'm going to do is just dip my brush in here. I'm going to grab some of this silver and I'm going to make it really quite sort of wet. So I'm putting in lots of cocoa butter, so it almost becomes liquidy, and I'm going to kind of scoop it up, and then I'm just literally going to start dabbing it in place. So I'm literally scooping it and dabbing it into place. You can see the cocoa butter running into the little cracks on here. So scoop it up, pop it on, and then just, it's like you're gilding, I guess, really a little bit. So you're then just spreading it around. And then once that cocoa butter, because obviously cocoa butter is liquid when it's hot, once we remove the heat, it will set, you see. So that's what's happening. So we just then scoop it up like that. Go across. Can you see how easy that is? But it is really, really important that you don't just think you mix it the same way as you would with some of the other dusts, because some of the other dusts I'm always talking about making sure that it's really runny, sorry, not runny, thick, the other way, really thick, so you get a decent coverage of paint. This, you're using the cocoa butter to create a liquid that you can literally pick up and just press into place. So the royal icing needs to be dry. Just remember that, because you can't do this onto wet royal icing. It will just collapse all the little bits of piping that you've done. So you do need to make sure that's dry. And we'll come along here. So literally just take it as you go, scoop it up. You can see what I'm doing with my brush. This is one of our biggest brushes. So this is paintbrush number 3. So we do have a set of 5 of these, starting at 0, 0. So 0, 0, 0, 1, 2 and 3. We also have other brushes for different jobs. So we have like a flat 2 brush, which is a big brush that we use for various bits and pieces on cake painting and other things. And then we have an angular brush, which we used for wisteria. And we have a fan brush, which we've used for various different things as well. So we do use all our brushes. The set of 5 is the one we use the most. And again, if you're on the cake school, you will know which brushes to use, because as I teach, I tell you which brush to pick up. certainly in the later classes anyway. In some of the earlier ones I don't, because we didn't really know we were going to stop these brushes now, but now we are. We're doing it like that. So you can see how easy it is. Yes, you can paint it onto fondant if you want, but what I tend to do with fondant is something that I do on my classes, and we apply it in a different way so we get a really good solid finish. So yes, you can put it onto fondant, no problem. Anything's an edible paint. So anything you want to eat, biscuits, meringues, macarons, any of that kind of stuff, you can put any of these on. Now we have some of the Wonder Dust separate. So we have gold, we have silver, and we have Regal Purple and Whisper Pink as their own separate sale. But we also have a set of 7. Now that set of 7 has been something that we've done as a special for the Jubilee, and we've got I only got 3 sets left, and that includes 7 different Wonder Dusts, including the fine silver, medium silver. Now medium silver is just more of a chunky version of this, so it just means you get sort of bigger flakes. I think that's the only way I can describe it. And then you've got the other colours that are shown on here, which is Deep Rose Ruby, Fusion Green, Frozen Blue, I forgot what the other one's called, something like, where is it, Snowstorm. I was going to call it Sandstorm then. Snowstorm, that you can use to do anything like this. And again, I keep saying this all along, don't think about this as just being something that it's just for Jubilee. It so isn't. This is so not just for Jubilee. It's a bit like Kelly and I with these white Perels. We got them in to do snow globes, and I think we've used them all year round. In fact, I've been using them on cupcake bouquets recently, so I've been popping them in. So I've been piping all my leaves, and then I've been putting white Perels in it. It looks amazing. It looks like gypsophilia. I'm so happy with that. So now lots of my bouquets have got the white Perels in them because it just looks so pretty. It makes everything look so much finer. And how long is that going to take me to do? Literally like seconds. So if you want to have a go at doing, thinking that, so the crown is very specific Jubilee, but the Wonder Dust certainly you can use all year round on all sorts of different projects. But look at that. How lovely is that? It's a massive change, and it's really easy to do. It's not difficult at all. It's just a very, very pretty thing to do. Now, in terms of ideas, before I move away from this, because I'm just going to move that up there and swap these 2 over. So we've had our lovely wine glass cookie cutter out, which we turned into a champagne cookie. There we go. We have all the little vintage labels that you can make as well. We also turned it into a beer bottle. And I thought about this the other day. I was umming and ahhing about Father's Day and things like that. Oh, what can we do? Treat boxes and stuff like that. And if I move that across like that, I remembered we had the lovely pizza cookie cutter. So how about pizza and a beer for a little set of cookies for somebody, maybe for Father's Day. So the pizza cookie cutter is available on the website. I've moved it back onto Let's Shop so you can find it. But you can use things like white curls. The best red for using this is the Renshaw's Pro Gel Red, which is also the red that we've been selling for Jubilee. That one makes a really nice tomato sauce colour. The Christmas Red, which is Colour Splash, is a bit pink, so I'd probably not do that one, but you could certainly cut your cookie out, cut it out with a base colour, something like Autumn Leaf, which is another sugar paste colour that we use, little white curls all over it, and then you can pop on any other bits and pieces that you want that look like food. But you could put these 2 together to make a really nice little gift for somebody, just something quite straightforward. It doesn't need to be the biggest thing, does it? So there's an idea there. Right, I'm just going to clean my brush up because it's now completely full of silver. See, I've used all the silver that I put down, and we've done a lovely cookie. These are quite big, these cookies, but I just felt that this was a real feature cookie. Now the gems on here have been made with this cutter here. So this is the multi-gem cutter, and this has been used on the big crown. It's also been used on this. I'm going to just use it on this one here to show you what this looks like, and we're going to paint that gold, and we're going to pop that onto a cupcake, so you'll see what that looks like in a minute. I'm also going to be using all of these different ones to make, I can only describe it as a Bridgerton inspired cake that's going to be coming up on the cake school. So I'm working on that at the moment, so I'm going to be using all of these different gems to create just the most amazing kind of border of gems to go around a cake. So anyone who's on the Gold or Sugarcraft membership, that will be coming out shortly. I mean, that's in progress at the moment. So let's move that up there. I'll pop that down there. So using these moulds is very straightforward. Ideally, you want to be using a modelling paste or a flour paste, something that is going to be nice and easy to manipulate. You don't want to be doing these with sugar paste because they can be more difficult. If you've got a stronger sugar paste, like something like Massaccino, which I do use quite a lot, which has changed its name to something else, Mona Lisa I think it is now, I find actually that's okay, but some of the Renshaw's ones are just not very good for this kind of thing. So in order to make sure they're actually going to work, I would use that instead. Let me just take that out. I've got a little crusty bit there I don't really want. So what we'll do here is we'll just show you how to use this one here. It's the multi-gem mould. So I'm just going to take hold of some icing sugar, I'll stick a little bit down there and just roll it in that. Take that out. Then we're going to paint it, but I just want to show you how detailed this particular one is. Now we have got some multi-gems left, but we haven't got loads. Again, we are now going through a bit of a policy thing where we're actually going to just have moulds, sell them and sell out and move on to the next one. So we're getting a little bit more strict now with not just keeping everything in stock. So if I'm saying there's only a few left, it will be because genuinely there is only a few left and we're not going to get them back in again. So we are moving towards a slightly different way of operating. So that's it. I'm going to hold that up so you can have a look at it and you can see the detail on there. But what I'm actually going to do is I'm just going to paint it with the bright gold so you can see what that looks like. So let's get the bright gold out. I'm going to pop that down there. So this is Wonder Dust Bright Gold. Again, it is available on its own. It's not in the set of 7. So don't go buying the set of 7 and expect the gold to be in there because it won't. That's been put separately because it's not part of the crown. I'm just looking for... What did I do with my paintbrush? I literally had it in my hand 2 seconds ago. Oh God, honestly, put things down. I can't find them within minutes. Right, let's do this brush here. So we'll take a different one. Every single brush is coated in glitter at the moment. Right, so just pick up some of this cocoa butter again. Now we'll mix it a little bit thicker this time, and that's because this is a luster versus the other one, which was a glitter. So this is luster and not glitter. So when you do a glitter, you need to make it very liquidy, and when it's a luster, you need to make it thicker so that it actually covers. Now I'm just literally going to paint the whole thing gold. I'm not going to do anything particularly special with this, but I want you to see all the beautiful features that come up on these moulds because they are just amazing. So these are FPC moulds. We have got one other new one that we've got in this week, which I'll show you shortly. But I want to show you just how lovely this is because this mould is featuring heavily in one of my courses that's coming up. And I just think it's the most loveliest mould ever. So when you are doing the thicker, when you're painting like this, you do need to add more powder than you did with the silver, which you want really quite liquid. So I'm just going to use my brush just to get into the detail here. So if you were doing these on cupcakes and you had loads to do, you do them all in advance, leave them ready to dry, and then that's it, job done. You can always do the gem in the middle a different colour if you want to. So let's just pick that up and pop it on there so you can have a little look at it. So if I hold that up at the camera, I've gone off the camera there we go. So that's the multi-gem one in the centre there. So it's really quite pretty, isn't it? It's absolutely lovely. And what we'll do is we'll just pop that onto a cupcake, because what I want to do is just do a couple of Jubilee ones, but maybe not in the same style as the red, white and blue. I just want to do them in sort of a purpley colour. So I've got here some buttercream, which I've mixed up. And we're going to use, we're going to make it a violet colour, which is this one here, Colour Splash Violet. I'm going to pop that in here like so. Oh, there we go. Pop that in there. Don't really want the icing in on this occasion to be purple. I'm going to go more lilac. Now, what I have found with buttercream in the past, certainly with something like this, is that sometimes you do need to have enough in to tip it towards purple, because if you only put a tiny bit in, it goes a bit grey. I don't really want grey, I want lilac this time, is what I'm looking for. And the reason I want to do lilac is because I'm going to show you Kelly's Jubilee Sprinkle Mix, and I'm going to show you the Summertime Mix as well, which is another one that we've got come in that Kelly's made for us. So Kelly isn't here today, unfortunately, and she won't be back. When she'll be back, maybe one more Tuesday before she goes off to the Netherlands. So Kelly will be around a couple more, and then she's going to try and comment from the Netherlands. So we'll see how we get on with that. We'll see how she goes. I think she's gutted to be missing everything, so I think she wants to be involved still. So there we go. So that's that there. I haven't mixed it brilliantly. Having said that, let's have another go there. But you can see what that colour does. So you can make it stronger. I think often these colours you go, okay, that makes that colour. It can go a lot darker than this. If you particularly want it to be darker, you can make it darker. I'm just going to grab myself a piping bag. There are piping bags on the website as well. There's Wilton ones on there at the moment in packs of 12. We're going to use one of these famous 1M nozzles, the old swirly nozzles. There we go, I'm slightly off camera today. Let's put that in there. Before we do that though, we're just going to take hold a little bit of this icing and just pop that onto the cupcake initially. So just get that covered. Okay, and we'll do this one as well. We'll do 2 purpley ones. So maybe not always for Jubilee, but you know, maybe, as I say, you're having a what would you have? A Bridgerton themed party maybe. That would be nice. So Bridgerton is all this theme of violet, powder blues, all those kind of colours. Let's pop that in there, there we go. Okay. Takes you to there. And then you can take hold of the bag and we'll just do a little swirl going around the edge here like that. Okay, like that. So nice and straightforward, nothing too complicated. And then you can pop your little gem in the centre there, look, like so. So if you wanted to go sort of diamond jubilee, or not diamond jubilee, what are we on? What is it? Platinum. This is Kelly's sprinkle mix. So we have got some of her sprinkles here. So we're just going to pop some, we'll tip some out into that. All the little white ones have gone to the bottom. That's not helpful for me. And you can then just pop these over the top if you particularly want to. So if you wanted to add a few little extra gems here and there. If you're anything like me, you'll start getting a bit picky and picking out the silver balls and all sorts of things, but you can add those as well. So that's quite regal, I think, doesn't it? That's very nice. And I'm going to just demonstrate those cupcake discs just to make sure everybody is on the same page and where nobody is worrying about them. We know what we're doing. So I'm just find myself some sugar paste, hold on, under my desk. Right. And I'm just going to do one disc just to remind you what you're doing. So we don't want anybody having horrors over this. So if you're getting yourself organised for Jubilee, please do this in advance. Please do not leave this to the last minute and email me the day before and tell me it's all gone wrong, because I won't be able to help you. So it's very important you do this now. So we just roll this out. Do you know, the only thing I'm looking around for is a cutter. Oh, I did get one out. Oh, I knew I was on it today. So we're just going to roll this out. I'm slightly off screen at the moment. I'll just bring that up a little bit. There we go. And then I'm just going to take hold of this cutter, which does have purple all over it for some reason. Pop that on there and give it a little swirl like that. So this is us doing our discs at home, non-stressed, because we did it all in advance like Tracey told us to do, so that everything's going to be ready for Jubilee. And then all we've got to worry about is making our platinum trifle and things like that instead, isn't it? So we're not worried about anything else. Right, we are going to just get a tiny bit of water. And then we're going to paint them. So let's find a brush, hopefully one that's not huge. So a little bit of water, not too much, just a little bit, just so it's damp. Okay, if you put too much water on, it is an absolute nuisance. So just put a little bit on. If you put too much on, take hold of a bit of kitchen roll and just blot it. And then that's it, done. Right, let's bring these in. So this applies to any cake toppers. So we're not just talking about Jubilee. If you are doing any of these cake toppers, I would do them all in exactly the same way, and I do these all year round. Okay, so we're just going to remove like so, and if not, we're going to follow the instructions using the freezer or the oven. We're going to pop that on there like so. Let's move that out there, move that there for a second. Oops. And then I'm going to take my icing again. Actually, I might need a bit more. Pop a little bit more in there just to make sure I've got enough. I hate getting halfway through one of these and then I run out of icing. And then we'll go again. And go all the way around. So this is a lovely, lovely colour. So this is violet. Even as say, if you didn't do for Jubilee, it would be a really nice colour full stop, wouldn't it? Okay, and then you just take hold of this and you can just pop them on top like so. That's it. You need to mount these on sugar paste before you put them. Let's turn it around, it's upside down. Before you put them onto the cakes. If you put this disc directly onto the buttercream, it's going to look awful. It will not look flat and clean like this looks. So please make sure that you do that because it just looks so much better. I'm trying to give you sort of presentation tips here so that you end up with it looking really, really smart. And then you can take hold of some of the white, the lovely white Perels if you want to. Let's put a few of these in here. And then you can just, I'm very into this at the moment. I've been doing this a lot. You can just dip the edges into there. So these are the white ones that are on their own. As I say, the Jubilee mix has got the purple and the silver in and the white. This is just on its own. These are the ones that we got in to use for snow globes, and then we've ended up using them on everything. There we go. And then it just makes it look a little bit more like pearls, doesn't it, for the Jubilee. So just something extra there that you could do there. So that is 2 extra little cupcakes there. So that's the multi-gem mould. The violet food colouring is Colour Splash, and then we have got the Jubilee mix here, which is on this one, and then we have got the platinum discs on here with the little white sprinkles around the outside edge. And as I've said repeatedly, you have until Monday at 10 o'clock to place your orders for Jubilee. After that time, we are going to remove everything from the website that is connected with Jubilee, because we will not be able to get it to you in time, because we have to remember that the postal service is going to stop on Thursday. I know it's weird because we've not had anything like that for, well, since I can last remember, except at Christmas maybe. So you do need to get yourself organised if you are thinking about doing anything connected like that. But hopefully that gives you a few ideas if you are maybe already in possession of all these discs. So that will mean that you'll be able to get yourself organised and do it like that. I've got it upside down again. There we go. That's better. That crown there. I keep looking at it. It's the wrong way around. So that's those 2 cupcakes there. So they'll be going off to my next door neighbour. They'll be very happy about those. Now where's my list, because I've got to check what else I've got to do. So we have got, I just want to mention the new FPC mould that we have got in at the moment. Let me bring this up here, let's move that out of the way. I have got in this one, which I've managed to get green on already. Now this is a flower centre mould. So you think, well, okay, oh my God, what am I going to do with this? So this is a really lovely mould that makes really different size centres for different flowers. So there's all sorts of moulds that you can, cutters that you can use this with. So you've always got the big, I don't know if I've got one here actually, I was looking for the big FPC sunflower mould, but also this one here, which is our mould. And if you look at it like that, you can see which one that you can use for the sunflower, depending on obviously how big or what colour you want to do it. But I want to kind of just show you how that works. So again, you can take hold of some modelling paste, because you can obviously do our cookie cutters in modelling paste. You don't just have to do them in royal icing, which is obviously what we've been teaching, but you can do it using sugar paste. So for this one here, you would just roll a colour. I mean, I was thinking the other day, because I did actually do these when I did the video of this, I did do it in yellow, and I also did it in a violet and white, I think I did in the end, can't remember. But so you can do these in any colours you like. They're sort of borderline, you could get away with them being gerbers, I think, as well. But if you fancied doing a centre that was a bit different, then you could go for, say, this one here, and you would just take hold, I've just picked blue randomly, take hold of that, press that down into the centre, and then peel that back, and you get this incredibly realistic centre. So that then would then go onto the sunflower and stick down like so, and then you would decorate the rest of it. So you can see how lovely that middle is on that particular sunflower. These are very realistic centres. And you could use it on all sorts of the other cookie cutters as well. So if you don't fancy using sprinkles and you fancy something a little bit more realistic, then this is going to work really well for you. Now they do vary in size. So the biggest one across there is 5 centimetres. The smallest one is about 0.5. I was trying to get my ruler out yesterday and work it all out, but it's about 0.5 there. So they are quite big down to tiny, tiny little ones, but they are all very, very realistic. So they are lovely for being able to do flowers, different flowers. So the ones that you use, the PME ones, the big gerber ones, do you know, I had that cutter in here because I was trying to film with it. The centres for that, that's what I got it in for. Let me just do a couple more for you so you can see exactly what they look like. Let's do a little one. What I love about these is the details. They are so nice. This one is called Flower Centers. It's Fpc Flower Centers. Hopefully Nikki, there she goes. She's put a link up for you. So if you want to go and have a look at it, you can go and have a look on there. So you just press down. That one's gone over the edge a little bit, so let's take a bit out of it. It's probably easier than me trying to cut it out. I always find as well, if these are getting stuck in the mould, just put a little bit of icing sugar down, take hold of your paste and just roll it in the icing sugar. Don't sprinkle it into the mould. That's a pain when you do that. Just press down like so. Look, that came out straight away and you can see that. There you go. That's one of the centres there as well. Let's do another one. So there's lots of different detail, and when these are painted they're going to be absolutely stunning, because what's going to happen is all the detail is going to come out. Let's do another little one there. So that's a little tiny sort of seed head one there. Again, I'm just trying to move that across so you can see it. So they're very realistic, but they're also very different. And that's what I've liked about it. That's why I've gone for it, because I think that they will have lots of different ways of making this look really, really pretty. And I just think they're lovely. So that is called Fpc Flower Centers. We've got these in stock. Again, we've only got a limited number of them, but they have arrived now. So if you are looking for something a bit different and you fancy sort of a whole tray of different centers, then this is definitely one for you. I mean, it's a bit like the multi-gem, isn't it? You've got different options. So you've got the options to have big centres, little centres. So there can't be many flowers, I wouldn't have thought, on this spectrum that you wouldn't be able to use all of these for. So there's lots and lots of different ones on there that you can try out. So that one is now in stock. It is here already. So if you are interested in that one, then do please pop over and have a look at that. Right, I'm going to move my tray and I'm going to be very... Well, I'm going to have to do a bit of confession in a minute. Luckily, Kelly isn't watching because she'll tell me off. So 5 to 10, I pick up Kelly's handbag that she's made with the new handbag mould, and I dropped it. So I'm in trouble. I'm sure she'll find out later on. Anyway, this is our new 3D handbag mould, which has now arrived. So there we go. I haven't done a video yet of using it, and I do want to do that. Because I want to show you exactly how to do it, but you can just paint it inside. So I've shown you lots of videos over the time of what you do with this. You just take a paintbrush, paint your chocolate inside, and then you fill it, or whatever it is that you want to do. You certainly need to fill this section here to make the handbag not fall apart like I did, but it can be hollow, so you can leave it and fill it up with sweets and all sorts of things and then join it together, or you can just clip it together and you can shake it up and down and make one solid handbag. But this one has just arrived. Now it's a nice cake topper size, this one, in terms of height. And now I'm looking for a tape measure again. I think it's about 11 centimetres, and I'm pretty certain I put the dimensions on the website, but it is a good size for a cake topper. So I'm now looking at the bag that Kelly has painted for me, and I'm thinking, oh no, she's going to kill me. So this is the lovely bag that Kelly painted for me, and I dropped it this morning and the handle fell off. So there we go. Don't drop it. That's what I'm going to say. So this is a bag that Kelly's painted. So again, it is made of chocolate. So we are using cocoa butter, and she has created this gorgeous kind of shimmered effect all over it, sort of blues and pinks. And then she's painted little tiny gold sort of diamonds going across the the bag as well. Then she had some sprinkles going around the handbag before I accidentally dropped it. I don't tell her. You can see I've joined it there. I was in trouble then. And if I turn it round, you'll see what the back looks like, even worse where I dropped it. But it's got a strap there and then a buckle going around the front there. So you can paint this up to any colour you like. So you could do leopard print or you could do anything. It's entirely up to you. And Kelly's painted the handle in there. So the handle part is solid. And that's kind of how it sits. So I'm trying not to hold it too much because what's happening is it's coming off on my hands. So I'm going to just put a little bit of kitchen roll behind you. There we go. I will lay it back down again. So that's the handbag mould. It is lovely. It's a really nice mould. Kelly's done a beautiful job on here and she's going to kill me when she finds out what I've done. But it is in stock now. So the handbag mould, if you want to make a topper, so if you're thinking, oh gosh, toppers, handbags, the number of people that say, oh, handbags and shoes, and you think, oh no, how can I get this done quickly? This is a nice handbag topper size. So we've done things before with like 3D rabbits and ducks and haunted houses and all those kinds of things, and it's assembled in a very similar manner to that. So it is a two-part mould and you just put them together or keep them separate and then join them. And that's what you end up with. So there you go. It's a really nice mould. We will come back to this over the summer. We're going to paint it up in all sorts of different colours. But I thought I would introduce this to you today so you can see it. But it is on the website already and it is a two-part mould. It is a mould you will use across the board. It's not one of these moulds that you would go, oh, okay, I can only use it for one thing. You will be able to use it for lots and lots of different things. Perhaps you could turn it into a bag at Christmas, or you could just do it in different handbag styles. I get asked to say so many times for that kind of cake, so that's why I've kind of gone with that particular mould. So I'm going to pop this over and out the way so I don't break it any more than I've already broken it, so I don't get told off by Kelly. And we're going to have a look now at this other mould that's come in, so maybe this will be a bit of fun for holidays. So last week we looked at the ice cream van and we did the lollies. This week we're going to look at the Hawaiian shirt mould. So we're going to have a little look at this one and we're going to paint one up. It's really fun. I'm going to hold it up so you can see it. Can you see it's got lots of little markings on there like that? So if I tip it that way, there's a little palm trees on there and a collar. So we're just going to have a go at painting this very randomly. So obviously I thought, what colours I do? So spring green to me seems like quite a nice loud colour. Kelly's painted some already, so I'm going to show you what Kelly's done after I've done mine. And then we can have a little look at them together. So we'll do a bit of primrose yellow. I should have picked up some orange actually. Let's have a little look. See if I can find, or even some red. Or let's get red, because then I can make my own orange, can't I? So a bit of red on there as well. I don't know, it's clashing colours, isn't it? The worst kind of colours you can put together is what a Hawaiian shirt is. This will be a nice fun one. So you could either do this just as a, you know, here you go, here's a Hawaiian shirt lolly. Or, you know, if you're having a beach party or something. Or you could just do it as Father's Day, or as I say, there's always somebody that likes a Hawaiian shirt, isn't it? My husband's got one, I think. I don't wear it out with him. I disown him when he wears it. No, it's not that bad. Right, what paintbrush we got here? Paintbrush 3. Oh, do you know what? All the paintbrush 3s are jumping at me this morning. So let's find paintbrush other ones. Let's see if we can get some more detailed ones out. What's this one? Oh, that's not the right one. And no. All the paintbrush 3s are leaping out at me. Okay, well, oh, there we go. There they are. They were hidden. Right, we picked up paintbrush 1, which is what we want, and a 0, even better. Perfect. So let's have a little go at painting this. Yes, luminous colours. That's what we want, isn't it? Nice bright colours. So I'm just going to clean up my brush. So I'm going to use paintbrush 3 to start with because I want to just get a good coat on to start with. I'm actually going to put a little bit of white in here to brighten it up further. Right, let me just, everything's falling off my table today. And normally I'm busy handing things to Kelly, but she's not sat next to me, so that's proving to be tricky. A little bit of white. I've got the world's biggest pot of white, you could imagine. Okay, so let's make it lime green, I think. So let's grab some of the spring green, bring it over here, and let's stick some white in it so we can brighten it up a bit. So we can get some nice leery colour going. Going to see you coming in this shirt, aren't they? So, and let's just start with a base colour. So I'm doing different one to Kelly. Kelly's done 2 already, so you'll be able to see hers in a minute. So we'll try and do things differently. Actually, I forgot to get the palm tree colour out. I'll do that in a second. So I'm sure if you don't know someone with a Hawaiian shirt, you can certainly have a good look online and find lots of pictures of these shirts. So there's loads of chance to do different colours. Blue's quite a good one as well. Let's go down there. Gonna go around these buttons. Go over the pocket, I think. We'll go over that. Actually, it doesn't matter if I clip that palm tree because it's going to be green anyway, so it doesn't really matter, to be honest. Cocoa butter, because it's the sort of paint that layers, it's a nice easy one to do. So in other words, you can layer your colours up. So once they're dry, it's nice and easy to do. Let's turn it round that way now. Grab some more colour. So while I'm doing this, if anybody is watching Let's Shop for the first time, you can go back and watch it. So if you want to, if you can't spend all morning with me and you do get time at perhaps in the evening, it's completely possible to go back and watch it. The website stays open, so you can go on there and get whatever it is that you want. There's old editions of Let's Shop as well, so you can always go back and watch an old edition, but the offers might not be on that are on that particular edition, but there's lots of ideas. What we try and do is we try and show you lots of ideas. That's the whole point of this, is saying, look, you could do this, you could do this, why don't you try this? All sorts of different things. And that's what we're trying to do. So there we go, that's pretty bright, isn't it? See you come in wearing that, wouldn't they? And let's go for, let's change brush now. What have we got here? This is a 1. Let's go down a brush size. And we will go yellow. So we'll go for the primrose yellow and then stick some white in it so it's a bit brighter. Okay. Okay, so we're going to paint the collar like so. Now you can leave the bit in the middle if you want to, just to kind of indicate that it's chocolate, so you don't have to paint that bit there. So you don't go painting it yellow because that's obviously the shirt collar size, it won't show up. But there we go. And then perhaps we'll do the buttons yellow as well. I'm feeling this isn't quite hideous enough yet for a Hawaiian shirt, so I think we need to up it a bit. We'll put some different colours on in a second. We'll give it a second to dry and then we'll start ranking up those colours. So we're going to do, actually what we could do, let's have a look. Right, let's use a little bit of moss green to do the palm tree. So just a tiny bit of that, don't need a huge amount. So red, spring green and primrose are in our beginner's cocoa butter cake painting kit. The moss green is bought separately, but we do have it on the website if you want moss green. Moss green is quite a good colour for doing realistic sort of trees and things, grass. Although some grass is definitely more on the spring green side as well. Let's pop that on. Okay. So we're just letting everything dry at the moment. So what we'll do is we'll add in, go orange. So we're going to make our own orange. We're going to pick up some red here. And obviously we're going to put red and yellow together. Let's grab some of that. And then we'll grab a bit of white to brighten it up a bit. There you go, you can see it coming out now. A bit more yellow. Okay, and then we're going to come down here. Now hopefully that will have dried, which it has. We'll put our orange on there. Do you know what? Actually, sunset orange might be nice and brighter for this. Let me find sunset orange. I can make my own orange, but I think sunset orange has a really, there it is, a very, very bright orange. Let's put that on instead of my orange. I want to go brighter than this. There we go. better. You see how much brighter it is. We'll put a little bit of weight in it as well. So there's a cuff mark there, so you can put that down there. Same on the other side. And then there's a wiggly pattern that goes down across there as well. So we could do that. You'll be able to see it on there. So you can just take hold of your brush and follow the pattern. It is there. I'm not making this up. I'm following the pattern that's on there. And then there's another one there. Go, you see that's getting nice and bright, isn't it? And then if you wanted to outline the pockets perhaps with a bit of orange, maybe you could do that. There's all sorts of things you can do with it, but I will show you what Kelly's done in a second. And then maybe we'll put some orange down here as well. And then we'll just paint the base of those palm trees. We'll just do those in, should we do those in a little bit of orange as well? Because we can. It doesn't matter, does it? Hideous. Right. Hideous things. So that's how you do a Hawaiian shirt. It's nice and straightforward, very easy to do. And I'm going to show you what Kelly's done as well. So Kelly's done 2 other versions of them, so you'll be able to see exactly what it is that they look like. So as a group, you can imagine if you're having a cocktail party or something and you wanted to make some Hawaiian shirts. Obviously mine's green, Kelly's is blue and pink, so lots of different ones that you can do there. We'll probably do a little poll online, we normally do, seeing which ones you like the best, but there's certainly lots of options. And do go online and have a look at it, because there are some hideous shirts online of which you can continue to paint and do whatever it is that you like with the Hawaiian shirt. So there are many different ways of making these terrible shirts. I'll pick them up so you can see them a little bit closer. So we've got that one there. So yellow, orange, blue, those kinds of colour, really quite key on this, but add white as well, just to make sure that you have got all the detail in there. It brightens them up. The colours that are neat need to have white added to them, so make sure that you have got yourself a little pot of white dust. And again, that is in the beginner's cocoa butter cake painting kit. Instead of, or you can get it separately. It's entirely up to you from that point of view. Right, let me have a look at my list. Now I've also put online, so going back to those discs, the Father's Day discs are now online as well. So if you are thinking about doing anything like that, the Father's Day discs are there. I've put the font up so you can see what it looks like, but there will be 15 on a sheet. So if you're doing treat boxes for anybody, if you're selling treat boxes or cupcakes, they are now available. So you will be able to get those. Now in terms of offers, we have got half price on, I'm just bringing them over. Oh, there we go. We've got half price on these at the moment because these are getting ready to go out of date. You've got till about end of August with these. They are that one. Let's get the right one. That one. This is the one we're doing. Now they go out of date at the beginning of August. They are chocolate balls. If you keep them sealed, they'll be fine. When I say go out of date, we have to give a best before. So best before means that it's not going to be on that 4th of August. They're all going to suddenly go mouldy and fall apart. They'll all be probably confined for ages, but we have to sell them by then. So we have put these on half price now. There is a limited supply of them. So if you are interested in these ones, then do go on there. The chocolate balls, I can't remember what they've called them now, but anyway, pastel balls or something, they're on the website. The Jubilee mix that you've seen, and then Kelly has come up with 2 new colours. We have got this one, which is called Summertime. So this one is our Kelly Sprinkles Summertime mix. So what we've done, we've put in here some pink and white and violet colours. We're obviously going through a violet stage now. It's very funny because every so often when we start doing lots of lives, I look round and I go, wow, we're doing nothing but lime green or nothing but violet. So we seem to be heading towards the violet section of the of the year now. So they've also got the little white pearls in there, you can see that, and there's also some glimmer strands in there, so there's little hints of blues and greens in there just to make these rest of these colours pop, and then the little pink balls as well. So this one is called Kelly's Summertime Mix. We've still got the Springtime Mix, which is actually still completely relevant colour wise. So if you fancy doing a mix, I'm just trying to find one, I've got one next to me, she says, there we go. So if you wanted to do a mix together, there's our Springtime Mix. So our Springtime Mix is more yellow and bright and green. The Summertime one is now more, can you see it on that camera? That's better. Purpley, white and pink. So that one is slightly different to that. So it's just a very pretty one there. They're both very pretty actually, but this is the Springtime one and this is the Summertime one. The other one she's come up with, which I love, is the red, white and pink. I love red and pink together. I think it's absolutely fabulous. It's one of the best colour schemes that you're going to get, which is red and pink, and I think it's lovely. She's put in some of the white balls as well there to kind of make it pop a bit more, but this one has now come online as well. So anything red and pink, so red, pink and white, there's some really, really nice colours in there. So if you fancy that one as well, that is another new one that's appeared. The white, the blue sprinkles, which are these ones that we featured for Jubilee, they are available on their own, and we haven't mixed them with the white. We've got the white separately. So the white sprinkles are on their own, as are the blue ones, and then I've combined them together to be able to do a red, white and blue mix there. So they are separate. Don't end up getting too confused by that, because otherwise you'll be thinking, what is she doing? There's no white in here. We've done that deliberately. So if I put those down there like that, you'll be able to see. There we go. Look at that. That looks very summery altogether, doesn't it? I'm going to just blow that out so I don't forget. And then also this one, now this is about to feature on a cake, so this is going to be coming up on a live at some point, is the little strawberry cookie cutter. Now we had this ages ago. I got this back in something like February. I don't know what I was on. I was obviously getting well in advance. And it's our little strawberry cookie cutter, and this one is going to be featured on a cake coming up soon. So this is red royal icing round here, so Pro Gel red if you want to make this, white Perel sprinkles, and then this one is just been piped with what did I use, moss green colour, and an S51 nozzle, which is a leaf nozzle, is what I've used to do that there. But this would look really nice and different on a gatto versus actual strawberries, using cookies instead. So we're going to be having a go at doing something like that later on. So that's going to be appearing over my summer demonstration. So you will see that pop up at some point. But that is another one that's appeared. So it came, and then I forgot to mention it again for ages, and I thought the other day, gosh, I must bring this one up. I'd completely forgotten about all of this. So there you go. So there's a nice little selection there, bits and pieces to do for the summer, including all the Jubilee and the amazing Royal Ice cookie class that's coming for beginners. So if you are thinking about doing Royal Ice cookies, but it all seems a bit overwhelming, then we have got that as well. I'm just going to bring the ones we've done in this morning as well, so you can see those there. So in case you missed out and you've joined us late, you'll be able to see exactly what it is that we've done later on. Right, I'm going to stand up again. Oh, also, before I forget, anybody who likes golf, we did this the other week, which is the little golf cupcake using the golf ball mould, and I painted it white using white cocoa butter, and then I used a lollipop stick going into a cake, little silver ball on top, bit of wafer paper, doesn't matter actually, you could use any paper because you're not going to eat it, with a number on it, and then I used my sugar craft gun to make all the grass that goes round the bottom there like that. So that was fun. So if you've got somebody who likes to play golf, my husband included, then maybe this would be something you could make for a birthday or for perhaps Father's Day or whatever it is coming up. So lots of different ideas here, I hope, of things that we've been able to show you that you can use to do all the sort of different bits of cake decorating, certainly over the next few months. Right, I'm just moving these sprinkles because they have got, I'm going to fall on you, no question about it. Right, we come back on screen. I just saw something then, I thought I must remember that, and I've forgotten now. Hold on. So I put myself back on screen and I forgot what I was going to say. Oh yeah, graduation. Graduation is coming up as well. The graduation discs are now back online as well. So again, similar to the Jubilee, but with a graduation hat on them. So if you are doing graduation for anybody and you want to take a few cakes along to celebrate, those discs are on the website at the moment as well. So we are moving the website around quite considerably at the moment. And as I say, if you want to buy anything connected with Jubilee, you must do it by Monday at 10 o'clock, because we will not be able to post out after that in time for you to get it. And even then it's getting a bit dodgy, so please make sure you have done it. But Monday morning, by lunchtime, everything will be out, and that's it. In terms of Jubilee, everything else is fine. So if you're ordering multi-gems or golf or sprinkles and all that stuff, that will all be completely fine. That will not be affected. It's only the people with the Jubilee stuff that we need to worry about. Everybody else will be absolutely fine from that point of view. So I'm going to just summarise some of the bits and pieces we've gone through today. Then I'm going to tell you what's going to be happening with the lives over the next few weeks so that you know what's going on. So stay tuned for that. So we started this morning looking at the Jubilee stuff again. So we had a look at the crown. We've had a look at some of the amazing stuff that people have done in terms of Jubilee already. Some of the cookie cutters and the crown itself, and all the toppers, reminding you repeatedly how to get those backing sheets off freezer or oven. And there is also a sheet that you can download. It's on this website. It's on everywhere. So no excuses for anybody struggling with those sheets. You will not struggle with them. You just need to read the instructions. It's really, really important. So the toppers we discussed. We then made the little brooches with the multi-gem, which is fantastic. Love that little mould. So that one is also available. We have sold out of crown and flag, and we will not have any more in. I'm very sorry about that, because I think when I did the Queen this week, so when I did the lovely Jubilee Platter, it went a bit mad, and everybody suddenly shot out and bought the crown. So but we do still have the gosh, get my words out here, teapot and cup. So if you want to have a go at doing the teapot and cup and perhaps the cupcake, they are all still available as well. Not to mention all the Union Jacks and all the other cake discs as well. The blue and the white sprinkles, they're all still available. It's just the crown mould that is sold out. So we don't have that one anymore. We also showed you that the Royal Ice class is coming out on Wednesday. Let's think about that, Wednesday. So if you do want to get involved in the school and learn lots of things, the Jubilee class comes out on Wednesday. Sorry, Jubilee, I've got Jubilee on the brain. Royal Ice cookies. That comes out on Wednesday. So if you want to have a go at doing that, then do please go over to the website and have a look. It's £20 to buy the class, or if you're clever, you can sign up for 3 months worth of membership and you can have access to everything for Sugarcraft. And it's a much better deal than buying the £20 class, but it's entirely up to you. I'm going to leave you with that thought and have a think about it. We will also be doing, I've forgotten now what I was going to say. So yes, we've also got how to price your cakes on offer at the moment, because I'm trying to offer you something to help you with what's going on with everything at the moment in terms of pricing. So if how to price your cakes is on sale at £10 versus 15. So it's a Facebook live class. It's already taken place. If you want to do it, then you can just sign up for it. It is not part of membership. So if you want to do it and get involved in that, you will need to pay for that separately, and then we will sign you up with a link. So if you then want to go in and do that, you can do that way. And that will help you with your cake pricing. Very important. There's a little picture of all the toppers. Just put that up quickly because I've just spotted it on my my organised moment. Anything you want to watch in terms of videos connected with the Imperial Crown cookie, you need to go to YouTube. There is a video dedicated to it completely. So if you want to watch that being put together, that is where you need to go for that particular one there. Right, let's carry on. Then we've started to move towards summer and Father's Day. So we've had a little look today at Hawaiian shirts. We've looked at the new sprinkles that are coming out. We've had a look at the golf cake. And we've just started to have a look at maybe the idea of a beer bottle and a slice of pizza would look a really nice thing together. A bit of fun that you could make, that you could use for something along those lines. I did also show you, going back a minute, how to apply that silver dust, that fine silver dust onto your objects. Plenty of liquid cocoa butter butter, turn it into a liquid so that you can literally lift, place and let it spread and dry. Much easier to do than trying to sort of paint it on bit by bit. It's going to take you forever. Much easier way to do. And I think we're just about there, aren't we? I think everything's done. I'm just reading through my list. Yes, it is. Right, so that is everything for us this week. Let me take that down. So we've got 2 things up there at the moment. So I will not be here next week because I'm not live on Tuesday and I'm not live on Saturday. I'm actually going to a wedding. I know, I'm going to a wedding on the Saturday. So I won't be doing Jubilee on the Saturday. I will be doing it on Thursday. So I'm going to Windsor on Thursday. So I'm going to go and absorb the flags and get my and all the, you know, my aprons and my, yes, I'll post pictures anyway. You'll see me armed with my plate and my mug and everything else connected with Jubilee. I will be going out to get it. So that's going to be happening on Thursday for me. So that my Instagram will probably be quite busy that day. If you want to follow me on Instagram or Facebook, we have very similar names. So it's at Tracey Mann Cakes for Instagram, and for Facebook, it's at Tracey Mann Cakes. It's extremely busy on our Facebook pages at the moment because of the all the stuff that was connected with the crown cake this week. It's been super busy. Just trying to take that down. I can't do it. There we go. I've gone off screen. So that will be Thursday. So I won't be live on Tuesday. I won't be live on Saturday. We hope to return the following Tuesday on the main Facebook page, but I'm yet to confirm that because it's the day before Kelly goes to the Netherlands and I need to see exactly what we're doing. But I will let everybody know. We always post on this page and tell you when we're going to be live. So if you don't know when we're going to be live, open up the Facebook page and have a look and it will tell you, or join the newsletter. Now the newsletter comes out of Tracey's Cakes. So if you want to join that, go there, sign up for the newsletter and you'll get all the prompts that tell you we're going to be live on this date, or go to the website and look at the events page and you'll see it on there. The main pages I'm live on are here on Saturdays, on my own Facebook page once a month. The gold members, they also get lots of extra Facebook lives, and on a group called Make It, Bake It, Decorate It, which is part of Sugar and Crumbs. So those are the main places that you find me live. I do pop up in other places as well, but generally that's where you will find me on the lives. So all the dates for everything we're going to be putting up. So I won't be live next week. Please remember I won't be live because you'll all be out having your Jubilee parties and I'll be going to a wedding. I'm getting all dressed up, still got to buy me outfit. That's the big thing today. And then the following Saturday, the 11th, I have a wedding. Now I have this wedding at 9:30. So the likelihood is if we go live, it will be a lot later. So we will potentially be going live later that day, but I haven't decided yet. I've got to line everything up and make sure that we're back in time from this wedding. So I will come back to you as to when we're live back on Let's Shop after that. So we definitely won't be live at 10 o'clock on the 11th because I will be at this wedding venue, but I'm hoping we might not be too far after that. But we will work it out and let you know, and we will put it on here so you can find out. I'm reading all your lovely comments, and I would like to say thank you very much to everybody for all your lovely comments, especially this week. I have felt very loved this week after the crown cake has made it onto the BBC. I'm very, very happy and excited by that. Your comments have been much appreciated. Nikki, thank you so much. She's going to be bailing me out, I think, over the next few weeks because Kelly is disappearing off to the Netherlands for 6 weeks. So Kelly is going to be disappearing over there. But she is going to be helping with links, we hope, live from the Netherlands. We're going to try and do a little trial run soon. So the gold members might get an extra live of me and Kelly trying to sort ourselves out, which you might find highly entertaining. But we know it's a small group and you won't mind us practicing. So we might be doing that over the next few weeks. But do have a lovely, lovely Jubilee weekend. Do send me the things that you've done. I'm really looking forward to seeing everything you've done. There must be a Mr. Whippy van around somewhere for you all to have a lovely ice cream. Someone's just reminded me, of course there must be. I've not had one for about 2 weeks, so I need to go and find one at some point. I'm going to Oxford today. I don't know if there is one, but there's a very nice ice cream shop I could visit instead, so maybe I'll end up there. But do please have a fantastic Jubilee. Enjoy it, put your feet up, enjoy it. Let's hope for sunshine, because obviously this is the UK. You never know what you're going to get here. It can be all over the place. Let's Shop Cake Live, there we go, is the website if you want to go and have a look at all the bits and pieces that we've got. When you arrive on there, you may well find that there are lots of other things on there that belong. If you go move around the site, you'll realise we're Tracey's Cakes as well, and you can bung it all into the same basket and it will all go under the same postage. We only charge one lot of postage per weekend, so you've got till Monday 10 o'clock. Once we hit that time, then you cannot combine your postage. So if you place an order now and then you place another one tomorrow, we will realise and put the two together. So there you go, you'll be able to then put them all together. I need a Jubilee themed ice cream. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get one of those discs and I'm going to wait for the ice cream van to come round and I'm going to pop one on, and then and then I will have my Jubilee ice cream, won't I? So I will be covered. I will have it all sorted. I'll get my Kelly sprinkles out and have the whole thing going. Thank you so much for everyone that tunes in every week. It's lovely to be able to come here and show you all of Kelly and mine ideas and everything that we do. So I hope you enjoyed your morning with us and have a fantastic week, and I will see you all very soon. Take care.